Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am playing with the Tea Party paper collection, and I'm going to be playing with some Chroma Glaze and some stencils as well. Now, I'm not doing anything tea related. We're doing grapes on the vine, but I've got some ideas and I'm going to do some mixed media stuff. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I am starting out by picking out my papers, and I open up my paper pad and I am drawn to this dark green. Super drawn to it. I just really think it's awesome. So I am going to go ahead and pull out all of those papers because I am scrapbooking on a 12 by 12 layout, and you need 4 6 by 6 papers if you are going to scrapbook on a 12 by 12 layout. So I am going to fussy cut all of this paper. So I'm going to cut out the inside squares here, and then I will also cut out the little triangles around the side so that I am truly making a lattice kind of look here. So as you can see, I'm using a combo of basically an X-Acto knife and a pair of scissors. And when you're fussy cutting or using a blade when you are fussy blading, you really just want to make sure that you have something that feels good in your hand. So if it doesn't feel good in your hand, it's going to be awkward to cut with, and then you will be less likely to fussy cut, more likely to hurt yourself. So we don't want that to happen. Don't worry your pretty little heads though. I'm not going to make you watch me fussy cut out everything right here. Voila! The magic of YouTube editing, and all of my lattices are nice and cut out. So I'm going to use this Basics stencil from Brutus Monroe. Now I did pull out 2 stencils. Ultimately I only used the one. And what I'm doing is using a little bit of Chroma Glaze to go through my stencil so that I can get a bit of a background, because I'm going to put the lattices down over top of this. So I want you to be able to kind of peek through and see it. So I am going to just use a silicone brush, and I'm going to just kind of move the product across the stencil. I don't want it to be super thick, and I don't want it to be super thin. I just want a very even layer of Chroma Glaze across here. So once I get that done, I'm going to put that off to the side and let it dry. And then I'm going to use the Best China stencil, and I'm using silver Chroma Glaze on here. So I am using the Best China stencil over top of a page protector. Now, some of you might be thinking, holy Moses, page protectors are expensive and you are just using one to stencil all over it. Yes, I am. So these page protectors are ones that come in the albums that I purchase, and I don't like them. They're a little bit thin, and I don't like that extra gap right there where the holes are. You can see it has like an extra little growth. It's got like an extra little growth going on there. So I don't like using them for my albums, but I do like using them for shaker pockets and stenciling and doing all the other kinds of things with them. So I let that dry, and then I'm going to cut these out. So spoiler alert, I only use one of these on my layout. I still have another one. It's actually still sitting on my desk waiting for me to go ahead and add it onto something. I'm not exactly sure what it's getting added to yet, but it will be something. So I am, again, just going to go ahead and fussy cut this bad boy out. I'm just doing it with a pair of scissors. I am not stressing out at all about the detail of it. I'm not stressing out if my circle isn't perfectly circular. it's a page protector, guys, and like it's going to be there. So as you can see, this is what my stenciling looks like when it is finished. And then those are all of my lattice pieces, because I'm going to use these to cover up down here. So I will say that I did want a little bit of depth. So as you could see, I just used some fun foam and I added that to the lattice and layered it up so that the lattice was lifted up a little bit. So I am going to use another couple sheets from the Tea Party paper pad to make some photo mats for my photo. And I also only end up using one photo instead of two. So these photos are of grapes on the vine at a winery. And I am treating that little stenciled page protector kind of like a doily. So it feels doily-ish, right? So that is what is going on there. And now I need to figure out what else I want to decorate with. So I'm thinking I don't want to decorate this with wine bottles or something that is super thematic, but I think since these are like greenery photos, I can definitely add florals. Plus, I've got the green Chroma Glaze in the background. I've got the whole lattice vibe going on. Definitely can use some florals here. So I'm just going through my die cuts and I am just pulling out things from my stash that I think will coordinate with the awesomeness that is the Tea Party paper pad and my stenciling. So, fun fact, just because the paper pad says Tea Party on it doesn't mean you have to scrapbook tea, right? Like, think about other things. Think, like, I looked at this and immediately thought lattice. So, there you go. You could also make pocket cards out of a 6x6 paper pad. You can use them to mat photos. You could do all kinds, make cards. You can do all kinds of amazing things with a 6x6 paper pad. So it doesn't matter what the title is, you do you. So now that I've got these florals down, I'm going to pull in some letters so that I can go ahead and spell my title. So I'm gonna title this Wines because that's what, whenever we drive by grapes like this, I'm like, oh, wines. So it's a family thing, just like purple is, but there it is. So let me know in the comments down below if you saw lattice when you flipped through your Tea Party paper pad. Yeah, there it is, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another video.